Really.exe. Plug in. Speaking of which, I'm glad that those games are finally re-releasing. I hope that like sparks interest in the Battle Network or in the Mega Man RPGs. This is another save room, which is slightly closer. But I've already saved at the ship, so I'm just not going to bother. Okay, you can leave. Somebody mentioned there's a point of no return in this game, which there's not. I mean, there is from the prologue, but after the prologue, there's no point of no return. Seem was surprised. They're fun games. The battle, like the card game aspect of it, doesn't super jive with me. Especially having played exactly once the other game, the spiritual successor roguelike game for Battle Network, which I want to say has the word Eve in it somewhere, but I don't remember what it is. Eden. Or it's Eden or something. Anyway, new enemies here. Entering the final boss room. Well, of course entering the final boss room is a point of no return. Duh, where'd they go? There you idiots are. One step from Eden, thank you. Lumagek, phase-uncharged reptiles. Natives of Talon 4, the Lumageks travel in swarms to increase their odds of survival. They absorb and radiate phase-on energy, making these swarms a threat. Yeah, sure. So that should just leave... Yeah, 97 scans. Wait, 97 scans. 97 scans. Did I forget to scan a boss fight? Oh, 'cause I died! Duh! It's fine. Apparently you don't need it for the secret ending anyway. Anyway, this is the aforementioned room that I foreshadowed when I said that these guys in platforming rooms would not be fun. And guess what? They're still not fun. So this room has fish and Metroids and is apparently where the only room they spawned in the original game. And I'm just gonna try my best to ignore them and hope that they don't latch onto my face mid-jump. Big ol' teeth. Yeah, I know, right? They respawn infinitely, so, you know, use your P-bombs wisely, because that's the easy way to get rid of them. And that lower door, by the way, is just a missile refill, and as you may have noticed, we have full missiles, so I'm just gonna not bother. One last cool section of spider ball platforming. It's always fun. Wait, get back here! You're supposed to be our final boss! Where are you going? Metroid Prime, highly evolved Phazon-producing lifeform. The aberration known as Metroid Prime is the source of Phazon. That is incorrect, but more on that in the later games. making it immensely powerful. A genetic flaw makes it susceptible to certain weapons for brief periods. Only its head is truly vulnerable. Other attacks are a nuisance. Offensively, Metroid Prime has a number of natural and mechanical weapons at its disposal. These include ultra-frigid breath, multi-missiles, natural beams, and particle wave projectors. Its massive strength and barbed carapace make it lethal in melee combat. Recommend maximum firepower when engaging its enemy. Apparently, originally, this thing was supposed to be a space pirate invention. Anyway, so you mostly just want to shoot super missiles at it. I think it usually goes to wave next. I could Wave Buster, but I don't like how missile efficient Wave Buster is, and nor how close I would have to get in order to use it. So I'm just gonna. Okay, you know what? This is taking a while. Yes, he does have the color-coded gimmick. Metroid Prime reminds me of the boss of Pikmin 2, only now seeing this. I don't even remember what the final boss of Pikmin 2 is. Mostly because I've never really played Pikmin 2, but I've watched it. Okay, you'll probably know to wave after this, because for whatever reason this boss loves wave. Oh right, I forgot, I have to get in the holes. No, Samus, switch. I think these are random, but it does have a tendency to, I find, to choose wave for one reason or the other. Wave, it loves wave and power. Giant Daddy Long has a special tech on it. Oh, yeah! I think I was supposed to Morph Ball for that. Ooh, how kind of you to use this weapon. Ooh. How kind of you to prove me wrong in my own fucking video, you asshole! Alright, I have to get in the hole. Weave. Power? I got the... Oh god. I can't believe I actually avoided that. Yeah, this boss is not particularly difficult. But, like, that's okay. This game is just generally not made for combat. Wave again? Ice. I mean, I appreciate you making my job easier. Pikmin except purple who have no immunities, of course. But, like, they have no immunities and somehow end up being overpowered anyway. Fire for once? I know later he starts trying to fake you out. God, stop doing that! You can use as many missiles as you want here, though. That was a bit bizarre. Purple thing is just raw damage, which is respectable. Yeah. What the fuck? Stop! I wonder if I could actually use the... Nope, well... It's dead, Jim. Get back here! The only final boss in a video game that runs away from you! Welcome to fight the true Metroid Prime. Metroid Prime, again. The core essence of Metroid Prime. Or is this thing called Metroid Prime, the core essence of Metroid Prime? Like, the whole name. Anyway, scan, singular, indicates that the phase-on energy form of Metroid Prime is invulnerable to all conventional weapons. Only attacks from phase-on fused to the arm cannon will damage it. It generates pulls of phase-on when it attacks. Use these to fuel your suit's phase-on weapon system. He can also spawn Metroids to assist it in battle, rendering itself invisible when it does so. So, this is the really easy boss fight where you have to wait for the boss to do a thing. Because he just does this a bunch. And then he does this and switches to a new visor. He does cycle through visors. He goes from combat to X-ray. God damn it, get in the pool, Samus. He goes from combat to X-ray to thermal to combat. Don't ask about how exactly he does that. It doesn't have to make a lot of sense. But yeah, basically... Now I'm just waiting for him to make another pool of phase-on. Whenever he deigns to do it. Yeah, you're very scary. I'm very intimidated. He does in later phases of the fight, but I can just delete them with the phase-on beam, so I don't mind them too much. Although, some of the Metroids he does spawn are, in fact, fission Metroids. You know, the fun boys. But as I said, most of this... Oh, and specifically he spawns Metroids when he spawns the phase-on pool. Like, right then. I guess I should use ice in case on the off chance he spawns 2 hunters. Plasma's better, I don't know. Like, this boss is so easy, I can mostly do the fight just sort of... half paying attention. I got the guys, right? Yeah. Like, I don't have to fully look at the fight. Which means this is an optimal fight to look at chat. Yeah, no, I'm basically at this point waiting for him to do the thing. And just jumping every so often, because it's a shockwave attack that I just have to jump over. Yes, yes, you're very scary. Not scary, not intimidated at all. It's a good thing these guys come up on this visor. There's only 2 attacks. I don't know if I would consider him extending his face as an attack, necessarily. I guess the final bosses of both Prime 1 and 2 are kind of like this, except Prime 2 is puts you under a time limit, so you just have to really quickly figure out how the fight works. And from there, that one makes sense, and I wouldn't even consider that I guess it is kind of an attack. Unfortunately, when he spawns the Metroids, the fight just ends up taking longer than it really needs to, because now I have to focus on the Metroids before I can use up all the Phazon. Like, I bet I could almost kill him this next cycle, provided I can, I don't need missiles anymore, game. You're gonna do the thing, friend. I mean, I only have 8 power bombs. Ow. Oh, right, you can't morph ball while you're on the puddle. And that is the final boss of Metroid Prime! Probably one of the worst boss fights in the game. So honestly, most of the fights in this game are extremely simple and uninteresting, and no! What are you doing? Get your goopy hands off me. He stole the cool suit! Oh, I gotta get out of here, he's like uncomfortably big now. You're at the final boss, where else are you gonna use the Mega Elixirs? But I don't need them! And then, unlike all of the 2D games, there is in fact not a timed Metroid escape sequence. In fact, you don't even get to play at this point of the game. Might have been fun to see like a Metroid escape sequence from here on out. Though to be honest, I always felt like the timed Metroid escape sequences in the 3D games were never nearly as, it's a Samus. Samus is a lady. What a surprise. Yeah, there is an escape sequence at the beginning of the game, but there's not one at the end of the game. It does have one. The Prime games, I feel like, have some of the easier timed escape sequences. Metroid is a girl? Yeah. And now for the credits, which I've heard are significantly longer than the original games, so I guess strap in. Yeah, no fast forward button. More games need that. Like, not a skip credits button, because you don't want to skip the credits, because that's where you show off the people which made the video game. But a fast forward button would be appreciated. Like, I think often credit sequences scroll way too slowly. And are also generally pretty space inefficient. Like, you could stack 2 rows of credits here and have this list be done so much faster. Maybe even 4. Like, 4 individual rows, or, rows? Columns. 4 columns of credits at once. And you could get through this so much faster. Came into the right 30 seconds of the game, yeah. The worst 30 seconds of the game, one might say. It's a good Metroid, though. I would highly recommend, if you have a Switch, to pick it up. Oh my god! 20 to 30 minutes, Jesus Christ. Isn't, like, Mighty Number 9's credits infamously, like, 9 hours long? Or, not 9, 1 hour long. Jesus Christ, it better not be 9 hours long! I actually got it for GameCube last year. Nice! I cannot stand the way the GameCube version controls, but I mean, if you can stand tank controls, it'll still be pretty good. Yeah, fun game, still one of my favorite, 4 hours long. Okay, so I was wrong with 9 hours, but I wasn't that wrong. No fast forward, I have to sit through them. And then there's like a weird bug where sometimes at the end of the credits, the entire credit sequence starts playing over again in reverse. That's long as heck credits. But yeah, I think because Retro has had more staff work on this than the original, these credits are longer. And then somewhat notoriously, Retro did not, like, properly credit the people that worked on the original. They just said credits to the people that worked on the original, which, like, yes, like, it does credit them. It's not as if they did not credit the original developers, but I can also understand why the original developers might be a little bit upset by that acknowledgement. Yeah, they put in all the backers. Did they put in all the backers in a space-efficient manner, at least? Or did they do like this, where, like, 1 column of names? Reverse credits. Yeah, then they do like, they get you with the Marvel next thing they're working on thing. Which, funnily enough, Metroid Prime did before Marvel. Because the Prime games love to tease the next entry. Allegedly, we'll see if 4 follows the end of Prime 3, because it's not out yet, so who knows, but presumably it'll have something to do with the ending of 3. Yeah, good game, fun game. I think this is a really good remaster. Don't the Bayformers also do that? Do I look like I remember anything from the Bayformers movies? It's enough that I have to remember that they exist. I hope they remaster Prime 2. Echoes is great. Echoes is my favorite in the series, but my favorite in the series isn't the 3rd game. Because the 3rd and 2nd game are very different games, and I like them for very different reasons. So, like, it tends to depend on which one's my favorite. But, like, Prime 2 is really good. Prime 3 is... People often say it's the worst, and maybe, but I'd still say it's a good game. It's definitely a lot more Halo-y than Metroid-y. But, like, it's still fun. Starscream flying away. Yes! Starscream's still existing. I don't know if I consider that a teaser for the second movie, because, like, Like, if he didn't die in the movie, of course he's still alive. Also, the credits so long, the screen dimmed. Yeah, it's a good remaster. I think the art style changes. While I didn't like them in the initial trailer, I actually didn't notice them nearly as much playing the game. They're really good. I know the artist that worked on the doors really doesn't like the new door design. I quite like it, actually. I think it looks really nice. And is presumably the design they're going to go for Prime 4, because, like, otherwise I see no reason why they would have changed the art style of this game and remastered it as much as they did if they weren't planning on reusing some of the art and textures and assets in Prime 4. Like, that only makes sense to me. Because, like, game development is expensive and time-consuming, and there's no reason to do something as extensive as this for no reason. Like, just because. Betrayer of betrayers. I mean, it's a really good archetype, just the idiot asshole that never gets what he wants. Total time, 9 hours, 54 minutes, hard difficulty unlocked, I'm never playing that. It used to be called Hyper Mode, because of Prime 3. Oh my god, there's an eye on that hand that never appears in the games later after this. Alright. And that's Prime Remastered.